Hi guys, Mr. Brady here, and finally the Premier League is returning tonight. As a big football fan, I'm really excited. I'm sure some of you guys are as well. Arsenal Man City tonight. I'm an Arsenal fan. Looking forward to that. I'm sure we can all agree Arsenal are definitely going to beat Man City, probably 7 or 8-0. Aubameyang will score a lot of goals. So will Lacazette. Arsenal will definitely win. No doubt about it. There's no way Arsenal could possibly lose. All right, impossible. Alright, actually Man City pretty good, so we'll wait and see. But either way, I'm very much looking forward to seeing it again. So I thought I'd do a quiz today all about the Premier League. Similar to the Harry Potter one, first 10 questions are quite simple, gets a bit trickier, and then the last couple are general football questions. Now, before we make a start, and given that we are talking about football, I feel it's only right to quickly mention someone called Marcus Rashford. Okay? Now, if you don't know who that is, he is an English footballer. He's a striker who plays for Manchester United. And he's been doing lots of work over lockdown to help people out. So, for example, he's helped to raise £20 million for vulnerable children in lockdown. And he supported the NHS and deaf charities. So, doing lots of good work. And the big thing he did this week is there's something called the free school meal vouchers or scheme, which means the people who are maybe struggling to pay for foods get money to pay for food, because obviously that's something that they need. And the government was saying they didn't want to do it over summer. And Rashford has used his status as celebrity as a footballer to really put across the message, no, this is really important. And I think one of the big reasons he did this is that growing up, this is the kind of thing he needed. He didn't have much money growing up. He was quite poor. And he doesn't want people to maybe suffer the same way he did. So he was pushing the government to actually say, no, these people need the money, we need to do this. And the government have now said, okay, we are going to carry on. We are going to help those people who need it. And a lot of people are praising Marcus Rashford for it, and I think that's absolutely correct. And I think we should do as well. He's done such an amazing thing. He earns lots of money himself. That's how he's able to raise so much for the charities. I think he donated about £60,000, which is brilliant. He doesn't need these school meals. This won't benefit him. It'll benefit so many children. A very selfless act. And as I say, it's something he went through, so he knows what they're going through themselves. So it's an amazing thing he's doing. And it's a great example of someone going above and beyond. He's a footballer. He's at work. He's doing his job. But he thinks that's not enough. I really want to help other people out. Okay? So hopefully, we can see him carry on with those. Maybe see some other people doing something quite similar. But I really think we're going to say a big thank you and well done to Marcus Rashford for what he's doing and take on board that lesson of helping others out. Okay, so let's make a start on the Premier League quiz. As I say, 10 questions, quite simple, and it'll get trickier. You need a pen and paper to write down your answers. Now, if you think I'm pretty good with this stuff, I know my football, we can make a start. If you're not as confident, you might want to quickly find a picture of the Premier League table so you can see all the teams that are there. It will give away a couple of questions, yes, but if you have a list of all the teams in the Premier League, it'll make it a bit easier than trying to remember all of them. But it's up to you. If you don't want that, if you're good to go, that's fine, but you can use it to help you if you want to. All right, so let's make a start. So, question 1. So this is all Premier League at the moment, no other leagues, no different countries, anything like that. Number 1, name either of the 2 teams that play in Manchester. Name either the 2 teams that play in Manchester. Now, as a clue, they both have Manchester in their name. So they're both Manchester something. Question 2. Which football team do Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane and Virgil van Dijk play for? Which football team do Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane and Virgil van Dijk play for? All 3 of them play the same team. What team is it? Question 3. How many teams are there in the Premier League? Okay, every season there's the same number of teams. How many teams are there in the Premier League? Question 4. At the end of each season, how many teams are relegated? So that means they move down to a lower league. And at the same time, some of the teams move up. Okay, it's the same number. But every season, how many teams are relegated at the end? Question 5. Which football team play their home games at Stamford Bridge? So Stamford Bridge is the name of their stadium they play at. Which football team play their home games at Stamford Bridge? Question 6. Which football team is currently managed by Jose Mourinho? Which football team is currently managed by Jose Mourinho? So he has managed some other teams, but which team is he at now in the Premier League? Question 7. Name any team that have blue anywhere on their home kits. So they all play in a certain colour to represent the club they play for. Which teams have any part of their shirt being blue for their home kits? Question 8. Manchester City have the record for most points in a Premier League season. How many points did they get? Was it 90, 95 or 100? So Manchester City record for the most points in the Premier League season. How many points did they get? Was it 90, 95 or 100? You've got no idea. Pick one of those. Question 9. Which team has the nickname The Gunners? You should definitely get that one. Which team has the nickname The Gunners? You should get that because they're definitely the best team in the Premier League and the world, no doubt. Question 10. Who is the top goal scorer in the Premier League so far this season? So just looking at goals this season, who's the current top goal scorer? As a clue, he plays for Leicester. So who's the top goal scorer so far this season in the Premier League? As a clue, he plays for Leicester. All right, going to get a little bit trickier now. Question 11. 4 current Premier League teams play in London. Name 2 of them. So there are 4 teams that play in London. Name 2 of them. If you want to write down all 4, that's fine, but you only need to get 2 of them. Question 12. Which team has won the Premier League the most times? There's one team that's won it quite a few more times than everyone else. Which team has won the Premier League the most times? Question 13. There are 6 teams in the Premier League that have never been relegated. Name 3 of them. There are 6 teams that have never been relegated. That means they're in that league every single season. Name 3 of them. Question 14. Which of these players has only ever played for one Premier League club? Is it David Luiz, Sergio Aguero or Kevin De Bruyne? So which of those players has only played for one Premier League club? David Luiz, Sergio Aguero or Kevin De Bruyne? And again, if you're not sure, have a guess. Question 15, testing your English skills now. If you were to write down all the teams in the Premier League in alphabetical order, which team would appear last? So if you got all the teams and wrote the A's first and the B's and the C's and carried on like that, which team would be at the bottom? So you're looking for a team that's starting with a Z, Y, X, W, right near the bottom of your list. Question 16. Who holds the records for most goals ever in the Premier League? So not just one season, all-time Premier League, who has the most goals? Is it Alan Shearer, Wayne Rooney, or Sergio Aguero? Now, you guys have probably definitely heard of Rooney and Aguero. Might have heard of Alan Shearer. He's a striker from a sort of bit further back in time, but they're 3 world-class strikers. Who has the most goals ever in the Premier League? Alan Shearer, Wayne Rooney, or Sergio Aguero? Question 17. What year did the Premier League start? Now, the clue I'll give you, it was after 1980 and before 2000. So it's sometime between 1980 and 2000 is the year the Premier League started. All right, and the last 3 are not Premier League, sort of general football ones. Question 18. Brazil have won the FIFA World Cup more than any other nation. How many times have they won it? So Brazil have the record for winning the World Cup the most times. How many times have they won the Premier League? The World Cup, sorry. How many times have Brazil won the World Cup? I've got Premier League on my mind, blimey. Question 19. Which player has the record for the highest transfer fee paid? So that means the money paid when someone goes to another club. Now, someone like Lionel Messi is probably worth a lot of money, but because he's been at Barcelona his whole career, he's never been transferred. So there's no transfer fee with him. So you need a player that's gone from one club to another for a lot of money. Bit tricky, that one. Just give it a go. And the last one, who has the record for most goals for England? So playing for England in international matches, who has the most goals? And I'll say it's a player I'm sure you've definitely heard of. All right, so there's your 20 questions. Go back seeing them again if you need to, and I'll go through some answers. So, number one. Two teams that play in Manchester. There's Manchester City and Manchester United. As long as you've got one of those, that is fine. Question two. Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane and Virgil van Dijk all play for Liverpool. Okay, the team currently in the Premier League, Liverpool. Three. How many teams are there in the Premier League? There are 20. There are always 20 teams in the Premier League. Question four. At the end, how many relegated? There's always 3 teams relegated. That means they go down to a different league. Question five. Chelsea play their home games at Stamford Bridge. Question 6, Tottenham are managed by Jose Mourinho, Tottenham Hotspur. Now, question 7, any team that have blue anywhere on their home shirts. Now, bear with me, I'm just going to get up the home kits because there are a few different answers for this one. So any team with blue in their home kits, you could have had Brighton and Hove Albion, Chelsea, Aston Villa, because the sleeves, Crystal Palace, Everton, Leicester, Manchester City, and West Ham United. Oh, and Burnley, not sure Burnley. So Aston Villa, Brighton, Burnley, Chelsea, Crystal Palace, Everton, Leicester, Manchester City, or West Ham United. Lots of different possible answers there. The record for most points in Premier League season, Manchester City, that is 100. Okay, 100 is the record for most points a season. The Gunners, of course, the almighty Arsenal. I'm hoping we all got that one. The Gunners are the Arsenal, best team in the world. Top goal scorer in the league so far. The clue was Leicester. Jamie Vardy has the most goals so far this season. Plays for Leicester. All right, 4 current Premier League teams play in London. Name 2 of them. You have Arsenal, Chelsea, Crystal Palace, and Tottenham. Oh, and as I say this was West Ham United. There's actually 5, sorry. Arsenal, Chelsea, Crystal Palace, Tottenham, West Ham United. There are 5 teams, so even more to choose from. Which team has won the Premier League the most times? That's Manchester United, won it 13 times. There's 6 teams to have never been relegated. Let me just get that one as well. Teams. You had Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester United, Everton, Tottenham, and Chelsea. Arsenal, Liverpool, Man United, Everton, Tottenham, and Chelsea. Which of these players play for one club? The answer was Sergio Aguero. David Luiz played for Arsenal and Chelsea. Kevin De Bruyne, Chelsea and Man City. Aguero, just Man City. In alphabetical order, the team last would be Wolves, or Wolverhampton Wanderers. Most goals ever in the Premier League is Alan Shearer with 260. Very good effort. Premier League started in 1992. Brazil won the most World Cups. How many have they won? They won it 5 times. On 5 different occasions, they proved to be the best team in the world. The most expensive player in the world is Neymar. Neymar, when he moved to PSG, I believe, from Barcelona. Okay, so he is the most expensive transfer. He is the player that was paid the most money for his transfer. I'll see if I can find just a second. 222 million euros. A lot of money. And then, who is the record for most goals for England? That is Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney, not that long ago, passed the record for the most goals for England. He's got 53 goals. All right, so there's your 20 questions. See how you did. If you've been doing it on your own, maybe test your mum or dad or someone else in your house, see what their football knowledge is like. All right? But I hope you enjoyed the quiz. I hope you football fans get to catch up on the football tonight. And I hope you all get to see Arsenal win about 25-0, okay, and go on to win the Premier League, Champions League, the World Cup. They're going to win everything, all right, because they're the best. All right, hope you guys enjoyed the quiz, and I'll see you again soon. Take it easy, guys.